So we're back in the entrance hall, and I mean, there's so much to look at. You can see how this would have been so impressive when you walked in. Adjacent to this nook is this element here, and historically, you would imagine that this door would lead us to the basement.
Yeah, because we're underneath the main
staircase.
staircase. Or a coat closet, or some kind of just utilitarian space.
Yep.
But this is one of my favorite things about this house. I know you're not in complete agreement with
I'm
this.
not, but it might grow on me over time.
Should we go check it out?
Let's check it out.
So not what you expected, right?
Not at all. No, I expected to open that door and come down a basement stair.
Yeah, and instead we're in a powder room.
Yeah.
Really what we're in this little cube that sort of dropped into the basement, this steep staircase. So not the most functional, but it's been here for a while. You know, we're here in one of the tower elements of the house. So you've got this angled wall over here. We know we've got some water issues happening on this side, but still, you know, it's a layer of the house that I really think is special. And I mean, look at this basket weave tile floor, really great condition. You've got the square tile. I love the crackle in the glaze. You know, this is so 1920s or maybe 30s, but the built-in accessories. I mean, somebody put their toothbrushes down there. This whole wall of built-in storage with the hardware. I mean, this actually reminds me of hardware in like a New York City Art Deco apartment.
Definitely.
So, you know, it's a really special thing. And so it's like, again, we're in that challenge of finding a bathroom with this kind of integrity that hasn't been, you know, the toilet's been changed, the sink has been changed. Those are just details. But, you know, there's really a lot of character here.
This bathroom being positioned under the landing of the primary stair is actually genius because it's solving a problem for the rest of the house.
So what problem was that?
There's no powder room on the main level. No bathroom whatsoever.
Oh, you're right. I mean, that's kind of a modern idea, isn't it? The idea of having a kind of a half bath downstairs for guests.
It is, I think, and it's an important one because it allows you to keep your public and private spaces separate. So if, for example, we do decide that this needs to be relocated, we're really going to need to be thoughtful about, well, how then do we provide something, a powder room or a bathroom, on the main level.
Right.
We wouldn't want to take it out altogether.
Right, and without compromising any of those original spaces.
And I have to say, as much as I don't love the feeling of being down here myself, I really appreciate the clever thinking that resulted in this bathroom being here.
They had a problem.
They had a problem.
And they solved it.
Yeah, without hurting one of the more important rooms in the main floor. And, you know, everything in here is, I think, pretty creative because we even have a light switch built into this cupboard and we have a fan built into that cupboard. Everybody was just trying to do their best. The radiator above your head is on the wall. The way I think about these kind of spaces as we're trying to approach the rest of the house is, what is the work in the kitchen, which is sort of the big scope piece, going to say about what happens here? And where my head goes with that is, if we delete the stair to the basement that's in the kitchen, we need a space for that basement stair. This is the logical space for it. And then you start to see, you know, what rises to the top, what makes the most sense from a priority standpoint and a hierarchy, and what's the least damaging and what supports the other solutions. So my process with these spaces is to kind of let the process help us understand what the right...
Guide us to the right solution.
Exactly.
So another thing that we see down here is this, which if you didn't know what was going on upstairs, you'd be like, what's happening here?
Yes.
So this is our floating bathroom,
This
right?
is our floating bathroom on stilts,
Yeah.
as you can see. There's the stilts.
Yeah. So again, a very creative solution to the issue of not having a first floor bathroom. We wondered, oh, is this like a little portal into the bathroom? And no,
Yes, no.
it's just a little cubby. But again, I have this fantasy that maybe you could take this whole room and just drop it down to the ground and then have like preserve it intact, but then, you know, gain that space upstairs for something
Yeah.
else functionally. It doesn't solve the bathroom issue, but maybe you get like a nice spa down here.
Right,
in
you
the
preserve
basement.
it as a relic in a way.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, we do have a precedent for relics in the basement.
There is plumbing already in the basement.
The other thing that, you know, is appealing to me about this actually staying is that it's such a story. It's a
Yes.
surprise. You open the door. Every single person I brought through this house, and I've been like, look what's down here. They're like, oh my God, you don't expect it. And that's like a fun way to think about how people used to live in this house and bring the history forward.
So glad to hear you
We'll
say
see
that.
what happens.
All right, you ready to go upstairs?
Let's go upstairs.